What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to go over some very interesting leaks that I found on Persona 6 that gets me excited, and also I think sets kind of a time schedule for us that this game is getting very, very close. Now, I actually have an idea. I want to talk about this game in regards to the Game Awards, and I'm probably going to do that over the weekend. So for this video, try to keep it short, try to keep it concise, and just on the rumor. But I have a good feeling that maybe something Persona will be at the Game Awards. It's possible it's not 6. It's possible it's that mobile game, which honestly would get me very disappointed. But again, we'll talk about that later. So we have Ryan from the Bronx, who's Midori, right? And he said Persona 6 is currently in the localization phase. So that's on this Reddit page. Now, if you go onto the actual Twitter thread, it's actually quite a long one. Back in November 22nd, Sega has registered the domain persona5x.com. That's the mobile one. Yes, the domain was registered by Sega Corporation on September 18th. However, it is on name servers and was registered by Sega Europe. Atlas and Sega are in charge of global distribution, marketing, and development of the global version, which I stated previously would differ in some regards from the version handled by Perfect World Games. P5X is XRD799 at Atlas, with P Studio in charge as well as other spin-offs. Yes, I believe P5X is more likely than P6 at the Game Awards, and have always believed that to be the case. A more likely venue for Persona 6 would be at a Switch 2 reveal event, similar to how Atlas revealed P3R, P5T, and Metaphor at an Xbox event. At the end of the day, anything is possible, and development of Persona 6 has moved towards localization. However, as of this past month, development on DLC expansions for this title are beginning to move further along. There's a lot going on Persona-wise, in the world, and feels like we've been waiting on a lot of these Persona things kind of forever. So look, again, for the purposes of this video, I kind of just want to tackle that localization thing. Game Awards or not Game Awards, localization, I mean, if you don't know, which we can briefly go over, it actually just takes a quick Google search. So depending on how big your game is, localization takes, a different amount of time. Technically, localization can be like a 1, 2, 3 day thing. It could be a multi-week thing, or it could be multi-months, all the way up to like around a year. Now, normally, there's kind of two things that can be true. Normally, localization is not all that long, and like for the biggest games, for a Persona 6, you're probably looking at about a year max, okay? That's number one. Number two, it happens at the end of development. And actually, you can kind of read into it more because he specifically says, right, they're already doing DLCs and expansions to it. I think that adds to you're going to see this game extremely soon because, to be honest with you, would it shock me if this was like a December of 2025 game? Would it shock me if this was like a January, February, which I think Persona 3 Reload, right, was around that time this past year. Obviously, Metaphor, October, right? So they've got experience kind of releasing all over the place, but I think extremely late next year / extremely early 2026 is when Persona 6 comes out, which gets me super, super pumped. Now, that's if this is true. I mean, there's all that drama with Midori and all the catfishing or whatever the heck. I mean, it's actually quite a long story. We don't need to get into it with this video. At the end of the day, this person does know their stuff. They've known their stuff for actually an incredibly long time. So I'm willing to believe it. And guess what? I'm willing to believe it even more if they actually show it off in the next couple months. The thing is, whether it's at the Game Awards or not, like a Switch 2 reveal, next two-ish months, you're probably going to show the Switch 2 off, probably at the latest by like March or so January, February, somewhere in that range. So you're probably going to get a Persona 6 reveal within the next 3 or so months. That's my kind of prediction. I think it's possible at the Game Awards, but again, in terms of just the localization thing, it seems like it's getting really, really close. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.